Hello everyone. I would like to share a very interesting point made by Srila Prabhupada in Bhagavad Gita 5.14. And Srila Prabhupada said here, the living entity in his conditioned stage identifies himself with the body. But when he identifies himself with the Lord, within himself, he becomes just as free as the Lord, even while in the body. In other words, we're getting the recipe of how to become free of karma, karmic influences. But in order to apply this point, we need to understand what is the obstacle. And the obstacle is our conditioned stage. So what is the conditioned stage? Conditioned stage means that we kind of put an obstacle in front of ourselves, for example, right? To have something or to be something only on the condition that something is fulfilled. In other words, we identify ourselves with something which is not about us, actually, which is not about our true identity. I'll give you an example. I'll give you an astrological example, actually. For example, when Sun is connected with Saturn, this position makes a person feel that any weakness that the person has is actually the truth about the person. And in this case, the person will not believe in the opportunities. And any opportunity that comes, the person will miss them just because of the influence of that, conditioning. So now, if we see higher, right, spiritually, we actually identify ourselves with the body, and the body consists of karma, which includes Saturn, conjunctions, different conjunctions that we see on the natal chart. And our body is has layers, and those layers are represented by those planets, right? So I'm speaking astrologically. But speaking about the body, it means that when we are conditioned, we think that we are this body. In other words, we think that we are this karma, we are these obstacles, we are these sufferings, and we are this enjoyments. But this is not true. We are not these sufferings, and we are not these enjoyments. It's all about the body, right? And the main weakness of the body is that the body is going to die. So when we identify ourselves with the body, we identify ourselves with fear, with loss, right? Because the body is coming to an end while the soul is eternal. We identify ourselves with frustration because relationships come and go. We identify ourselves with results, and also results are changeable because life is changing, economy is changing, everything is changing. So there is a lot of anxiety when we identify ourselves with the body, meaning that we identify ourselves with weaknesses, or we start depending on the results. We start hunting for the results. We invest so much energy, and we're no longer free when we are so much dependent on what the body is going to give us, or what the world is going to give us. But here is the recipe on how to become free. All you need to do is clean up your mind through the spiritual practice by reading Bhagavad Gita daily. Bhagavad Gita is the transcendental vibration of the Lord's incarnation in the spiritual world. There are classes. If you want, I'll send you the links, and I'll send you the contacts where you can take the classes for free. And therefore, you can purify your consciousness, your whole existence, and understand that you are not this body. You are not this suffering. You are not this enjoyment. You are not this results. And you are not this loss, or you are not this acquisition. It's nothing about us, okay? But we can understand it only when we find that support within ourselves, when we feel the Lord within ourselves, right? Because we need to rely on something. We need to rely either on results or on the truth, right? On the inner truth. And that inner truth is explained in Bhagavad Gita. So when by practicing, right, you will start feeling it. And the most important thing, of course, is the faith, because by the purification comes gradually, but this purification should be supported by the goal in mind, and that goal is also the faith, right? Every day when we wake up, we believe that we're going to have a good day, so we need to have that faith that at the end, this is what we need and this is what makes us free. We cannot actually without the faith. We need faith for every action. We don't believe in the result of the action, we won't act. So this is the highest result that we can have in life. Therefore, read Bhagavad Gita, and if you have any questions, get back to me. I will be so happy to discuss them with you. And this is such an amazing point that Srila Prabhupada made here about the identification. We identify ourselves with the body, we're not free, and if we identify ourselves with the Lord, will become as free as the Lord, even though we are in this body. So now think about the sages. They are in this body, like in the body, right? But they are spiritually and consciously absolutely free. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for your attention, and see you soon.